Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order, and it is now 7:00, what does it look like, 6, 7? 7:05? 7:05 this evening. Will you please all stand for the pledge? And we're going to have a little presentation of who's giving our pledge tonight.
Good evening. Rory McNichols is a sixth grade student at Center Avenue in Mrs. Rice's class. Rory is a positive student role model for his classmates and takes pride in his work. Rory is always willing to give a helping hand to anyone who needs it. He is very motivated and enjoys learning. Rory is kind to all students and teachers and is a great friend to all. You can see Rory during recess teaching other students on the playground or encouraging others while they are trying something new. He loves to push his thinking and never gives up. He is the perfect choice for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening, as he embodies a strong character, incredibly determined, and always perseveres no matter what he experiences. We are so proud of you, Rory.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, Rory. Agenda item number C this evening, we have several presentations. I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. DiTomaso, to announce those.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our September 19th Board of Education meeting. Today's meeting will be a little different. We have two parts. Our first part will be introducing some of our new staff members and some of our new hirees, as well as recognizing one of our staff members who received tenure. After our meeting, at that point, we'll take a quick break, 10 minutes. We have coffee and cake in the back to celebrate our new staff and accomplishments. And then we will resume our regular Board of Education meeting while I will be doing a presentation on a recap of the school year. So without further ado, I'd like to start with our teaching staff over at Rame Avenue. Please join me in welcoming Julia Garvey to the East Rockaway family. We are thrilled to have you join our educational community at Rame Avenue Elementary School teaching third grade this year. Julia holds a bachelor's degree in early childhood education, birth through sixth grade from Malloy College, where she concentrated in mathematics. She furthered her academic journey at Malloy College, earning a master's degree in childhood special education for grades 1 through 6. With 6 years of experience teaching in New York State public schools, Julia's dedication to fostering an inclusive and supportive learning environment is evident. Her journey began in East Rockaway, where she served as a substitute teaching assistant and even undertook 2 leave replacement opportunities, teaching kindergarten and self-contained grades 2 through 4. For the past 4 years, she contributed her expertise to New York City Department of Education as a pre-K and second grade teacher. We look forward to her enriching impact Julia Garvey will undoubtedly bring to our district. So how about a warm welcome for Julia? Next, I'd like to introduce Molly DiBendetta, our new 5th grade teacher at Rame Avenue Elementary School. With 2 years of valuable teaching experience in New York State public schools, Molly's passion for education is evident. She's a proud graduate of SUNY Cortland, holding a BS in therapeutic recreation and further expertise at Touro College, where she obtained her master's in childhood education and special education. As a proud East Rockaway alumni, Molly is thrilled to return her roots and contribute to her home district as an educator. Her background has predominantly been as a special education teacher, spanning self-contained and integrated co-teaching classrooms across various elementary grade levels. Beyond the classroom, Molly enjoys life in Bethpage with her husband Kevin and their adorable dog Kaylee. Did I say that right? Callie, okay. We are excited for Molly's enthusiasm and her dedication as she embarks on her new role as a fifth grade teacher, creating an inspiring learning environment for her students. Congratulations, Molly, and welcome back. And now for our East Rockaway High School. We are delighted to welcome Angelica Rodriguez Alonso as the chairperson of World Language at our junior senior high school within the East Rockaway School District. Yes. Angelica's passion for teaching her native language and her extensive experience in education make her a valuable addition to our team. Holding a BA in adolescent education, Spanish from Malloy University, she has furthered her expertise with a Master's of Science in TESOL, which stands for Teaching English to Students of Other Languages, from the same institution. Angelica's commitment to student success extends beyond the classroom, as evidenced by her school building leadership certificate and educational technology specialist certification, both earned from Malloy University. Angelica's ability to establish relationships and her compassionate approach underscores her dedication to student learning and achievement. With over 10 years of teaching experience in New York State public schools and a tenure in Spanish, she brings a wealth of knowledge and insight to her role. Angelica is thrilled to join the team, foster connections within the East Rockaway community, and guide students toward their college and career aspirations. Welcome, Angelica. Also at the junior senior high school, introducing Devin Murray, our newly appointed library media specialist. This marks Devin's inaugural year in this role, having earned her degree from Long Island University. She proudly holds a Bachelor of Science in Sociology from SUNY Old Westbury and is a graduate of the esteemed Long Island University Palmer School of Library and Informational Science. Devin aims to infuse her passion into the heart of our school. Her vision is to create a secure haven for students, encouraging them to explore, question, and learn independently. As she joins the East Rockaway School District community, Devin is excited to contribute to the growth and success of our lifelong learners. Her presence is set to evaluate our educational environment, ensuring students thrive in their academic journey. Welcome, Devin. Christine Redden is our new junior senior high school math chairperson. She began her career with where is she? She began her career with the New York City Department of Education 11 years ago as an 8th grade math teacher in Brooklyn. 6 years later, Christine accepted a position with the Frank Sinatra School of Arts High School in Astoria, Queens. She taught algebra, financial literacy, and pre-calculus. Christine earned a bachelor's in business and a master's in childhood education from Fordham University, and she just recently finished her master's degree in educational leadership from Stony Brook University. Christine lives in South Amityville with her husband and 2 children who are 4 and 2 years old. Christine is a member of the Junior League of Amityville, loves outdoors, stand-up paddleboarding, golf, and trips to the Catskill Mountains with her family. So welcome aboard, Christine. Mason Ryerson is our new part-time music teacher. He is a versatile musician excelling in saxophone. In addition, he is excelling with the oboe and a tenor, as well as a range of other instruments, including clarinet, flute, trumpet, trombone, cello, electric guitar, which is one of my favorites, electric bass, piano, and voice. Mason pursued his education at Long Island University and Syosset Central School District, gaining valuable middle school experience. During this time, Mason demonstrated his musical talent through various roles, including leading mixed instrumentation and grade band lessons for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and conducting band rehearsals. He is also adept in languages, including English, Italian, and Spanish. Outside of his musical endeavors, Mason enjoys hobbies such as music theory, composing, music history, music theater, animation, digital art, and coding for video games. Welcome to our team, Mason. How about a nice round of applause for all our new staff and welcome them to the East Rockaway family. I'd like to call Mr. Vincent Healy, our Executive Director of Pupil Personnel Services and Instructional Personnel, to the podium to recognize Dr. Rosina Pizzina, who received her tenure appointment this year.
Good evening. Thank you to the Board of Education, my colleagues in central office, administrators, staff, students, parents, guardians, and community members for being here tonight. I also want to recognize Dr. Pizzina's family who's here tonight, her mom, her sister Christina, her husband Andrew. Thank you all for joining us. We had originally intended to honor Dr. Pizzina in May alongside her fellow tenure recipients. Unfortunately, it was around this time that Dr. Pizzina's father, Paul, tragically passed away. On a personal note, I had the privilege of meeting Mr. Pizzina a little over a year ago as we were honoring Dr. Pizzina once again as a recipient of the PTA Founders Day Award. To this day, I don't know that I've ever met a parent more beaming with pride than he was that night. So tonight we celebrate Dr. Pizzina for having earned her tenure in our district. I use the word earned very deliberately, as it would be difficult to name anyone more deserving of this honor. To illustrate my point, let's go back 4 years when Dr. Pizzina and I were both started our East Rockaway careers. I was sitting in the conference room waiting for the student support team to start. Dr. Pizzina walks in with her lunch, hoping to have a minute to eat. Immediately, the fellow members of the student support team walk in and start peppering her with questions about students, making comments about the lunch that she just cannot get to. And so Dr. Pizzina put down her fork, put herself last, and that's something that she continues to do to this day. I don't think I've ever seen her eat. The role of a school psychologist is dynamic, to say the least. Dr. Pizzina is a skilled crisis management specialist who steps in at a moment's notice to ensure that her students have what they need to get through the day. Sometimes that means being an empathetic listener, and other times it means saying something to a student that they don't necessarily want to hear. One might think that telling her students hard truths about themselves would drive them away, but it's the exact opposite. The line outside Dr. Pizzina's door never seems to get any shorter. Our students know who they can turn to, even if they don't always love what that person says to them. That's Dr. Pizzina, dispenser of hard truths and tough love. In addition to the exemplary work she does with our students every day, Dr. Pizzina works just as hard to build relationships with their families. Many have shared stories with me expounding on Dr. Pizzina's generosity with her time and willingness to explore any and all avenues to help a student find success. If there is another way for that student to find that, no matter how unconventional, she will find it. That kind of drive is so exceedingly rare, and I hope it's something she carries with her throughout her career. In closing, Dr. Pizzina, I want to be sure that you know you've done an outstanding job of making sure that the people in our school community have what they need to feel a little better, see things from a new perspective, or achieve something that didn't seem possible. So I hope that tonight you will take a moment to reflect on the tremendous honor that you have achieved and all the lives that you've touched in your still young career. I look forward to working with you for many years to come. Once a rock, always a rock. Congratulations. And now I'd like to welcome back to the podium, Mr. DiTomaso.
So in the audience here tonight, we have two very special guests who in a short few minutes, I'll be recommending them for positions in our administrative unit. So we have here tonight with us John Madden, who will be our new Director of School Counselors, and his wife Talia. And John, please stand, John. And we also have our soon-to-be new Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operation, Mr. Mike Van Wart, and his wife Caitlin, and 2 children, and I believe 1 on the way, correct? Please stand. These 2 candidates survived a rigorous process, numerous interviews, writing samples, and we're very excited about welcoming them to our East Rockaway family and community. We're looking forward to great things and a great future. So thank you very much, and appreciate you being here tonight. So at this time, if we could take a quick break, we could share and celebrate, maybe get to meet some of our new candidates, congratulate our new teachers and tenure recipients, and have a little bit of cake and coffee. So we'll be right in the back of the auditorium there. So let's take a quick 10-minute break. Thank you.
Perfect time. Which one is that? Yeah, but what presentation do we have first?
Which is a recap of the year.
So I'll introduce you. Oh, we gotta go in the back, man, to fraternize a little bit.
Yeah, let's go say hello.
You're gonna need a blue pen to sign.
They've been sending out some emails to me. So we can drop this way from
I guess it matters just like
Mike, how you making out the closet?
We got
Good. That light's driving me crazy.
it. Wow.
Can you take that up?
Yeah.
Way quiet.
You're ready.
I'll talk to you guys later.
I miss Nancy.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Denise. Hi. Wait.
I'm gonna sit down in one of these chairs.
I know.
How's it girls? Good. Yeah.
Yeah, getting acclimated. Oh, yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yep. Got travel soccer going. So that's,
Travel soccer for Avery, right?
Avery, yeah.
She loves soccer.
She's good.
And I see your in-laws, I envy them completely.
That they're right?
They're having a great time in your house.
Yeah. It's fair.
Have you come and seen them? Oh, my.
My oldest one.
Catch you guys later.
Okay.
I did. I got it. Was it lunch? It was lunch.
Okay. So, boss, do you want to start here, boss?
Yeah.
So far, so good. So good. That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Keep walking. Keep walking, Giants fan. Keep walking. It's brutal. I had like a little bit of hope before this weekend, and it just Cowboys crushed it like an ant.
It's kind of tough. Michael Paulson. No one puts that. And we got the nine in there. Nick Foles. I think we get
Here's what I have to look forward to. Preseason hockey starts in a week.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'll be at the 29th.
That was great.
Bringing Henry out of the trainers that you guys.
You wearing your Rangers? What do you got?
I got grades.
Great.
I used to have Lundqvist, and I put it in a frame, and I was going to put it in the office. My son walks out, and he's like, he walks over to me, it's time to What do you do? He was like, for me, or just something like that. And I was like, yeah, but it's for you. Now it's in his room, so.
You got one for your office?
Yeah. Greg does a lot of work with people.
Redford was great. And Redford
I didn't love Gretzky's time on Broadway.
and Mess.
Ness.
I mean, he's the one who said.
And then he
I
backed it
was
up.
here in '94.
Yeah.
I was in the shop, listening to the game on the radio. Cinderella, he used to have a stereo in it. But gotcha. I'll see you later.
Yeah, oh, man. That was a nice win last night.
They had several nice wins lately. Not gonna happen. Listen, you know what it is? It was reached out of curiosity.
Hope and that just spurs me. I hope that. I don't know.
Listen, like, 15 years, it was really tough. Basically, we worked everything.
Right.
And I think eventually we were gonna get close.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I did until the last couple of weeks. I don't no time to think.
Yeah.
I was trying to jack up. All right, next topic. next up by my house. Probably there's a new video about it, but
Test 1, 2, test, okay.
on the old country road by the old,
Like,
Source Mall. The old Source Mall. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk from up here today.
20 cage simulators and guys more like shoes. Yeah. It's called X-Scott.
You good?
Yeah, you got
just to play in the winter.
Exactly.
Because your house is
Some pizza. No, he's right there.
right.
Beat the top, start kissing the babies. Come on, there's no babies there. Okay, we'd like to welcome everybody back. Thank you very much, those who came out and celebrated. It's always a great time when you have our new staff come aboard and get an opportunity to meet them a little bit, and also they have that opportunity with us too. Wish them all the best of luck in their careers. May they, go tenfold, because this is a great place and a great district to work. So thank you for coming out tonight. I'd like to move on with the meeting tonight. Agenda item number C, presentations. I'm going to turn this over to our Superintendent DiTomaso.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to go on.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to take a few minutes to recap our 22-23 school year. I'll be reading, a short kind of essay, so to speak, on recapping, because there's a lot of information to share. And then we'll be taking a quick look on, where we're moving forward ahead. So with that being said, I'd like to extend my appreciation to the Board of Education, central and building administrators, our dedicated teachers, and our invaluable support staff for their exceptional efforts during the 22-23 school year. The academic year was a testament to the power of teamwork and collaboration, which also included the essential roles of all our staff, including clerical teams, our nurses, security aides, monitors, teacher assistants, classroom aides, custodians, devoted parents, of course, and our enthusiastic students. In the following presentation, I will encapsulate the highlights of the 22-23 school year, emphasizing the remarkable achievements shared by our school district. Early in the summer, I tasked our administrators to share 3 points of pride they had for the school year, which will be the primary focus of tonight's year in review. However, we believed, and I believed, there was so much more to showcase. Upon conducting some extensive research and revisiting our Board of Education weekly updates, I decided to review last year's detailed breakdown of accomplishments in alignment with our strategic plan, the 4 pillars, as we know and aware: achievement, opportunity, innovation, and connection. Specifically, I had shared 157 updates in achievement, 125 in opportunity, 96 in the area of innovation, and a total of 198 updates in connection. This amounted to a staggering 576 positive achievements from the previous year, an achievement in itself worth celebrating. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to stand up here and celebrate all 576 achievements. We would be here for a long time. So as I mentioned, I try to condense into what our administrators shared as a point of pride, and I reviewed the documents and added information as well. So I will start, let me begin by sharing some of our academic successes in the area of achievement. Programs like the Science Research Program had a first. Our 22-23 graduate, Clara Cutie, earned college credit with SUNY Albany, she worked with a mentor scientist in the field. She paved the way and was the first entrant into numerous programs, including the Long Island Science and Engineering Fair. The Seal of Biliteracy, in which students earned a diploma distinction, also increased last year. On that same note, students will be eligible to earn AP Capstone Diploma. which demonstrates our students' and staff's commitment to rigorous coursework. As we know, this will fare well with college admission process. We also had 5 students successfully complete the Nassau Community College dual enrollment program and earn credit toward their associate's degree. As you may have heard, the class of 2023 had a remarkable 100% graduation rate, a result of an immense dedication from various key individuals and teams. Building administrators, Mr. Schaefer, Dr. Kraus, Ms. Taranova, teachers, school counselors, and the entire high school staff all contributed to this significant accomplishment. Additionally, let's also acknowledge the substantial role played by our K through 6 staff in educating the class of 2023. Exceptional work was carried out by everyone involved, and a big thank you to all. And if you look at the current graduation rates, there are not many schools out there that had 100%. So that is a real testament to an enormous effort by the high school staff, and that started in kindergarten for this class of 2023. Our Fine Arts Department continues to impress with success, AP scores, and achievement in county festivals and competitions, some of which include NISMA, Scholastic Arts and Writing, and the New York State Art Teachers Association. In the classroom, collaboration between the arts and facts departments has led to exciting new course offerings, which is called Fashion Design. In this course, students sketch original designs from the first half of the year and then actually create the designs and bring them to life. Thank you to Mr. Seglio, as well as the art and music teachers, for their dedication and commitment to the fine arts and affording our students a diverse and exciting learning experience. Our achievements extend beyond academics and the arts to our athletic arena. We achieved recognition as a school of excellence and have made strides in inclusive sports programs, fostering leadership and teamwork in our students. 20 of our varsity school teams earned Scholar Athlete distinction, and that means that 75% of the players on the team have an average of 90% or higher. This certainly solidifies the term student in the word student athlete. Thank you to Mr. Gregory, the coaches, teachers, and the staff for their role in outstanding achievement. In the elementary schools, a full-time literacy coach has been working closely with teachers to improve reading and writing skills. Through this collaboration, we're creating new pathways of teaching that are tailored to each student's needs, ultimately improving their literacy skills and enhancing their overall learning experience. Thank you to Ms. Kelly and Mr. Bixhorn and Ms. Schneider, who is our literacy teacher, for their leadership in developing a crucial scope and sequence for each grade level that includes resources that are aligned to the state curriculum. This set the foundation that combined our balanced literacy philosophy with our Wonders reading program. A special thank you also to the elementary teachers for embracing this as well. In the area of innovation, we're embracing technology to enhance our educational resources. Initiatives like the District Chromebook Collection and multi-factor authentication were steps taken toward ensuring our digital tools are secure and accessible. Also, upgrades to our firewall system is another safety feature our district embraced to protect us from potential malware and cyber attacks. Additional filters play a crucial role in maintaining a safe online environment for students by identifying and blocking inappropriate content, ensuring that they are shielded from potentially harmful or disturbing material. We are also making the shift to computer-based testing for our students. And I believe we piloted a program last year that was very successful, and this will take place for our assessments and as well as some of our in-house practices. So thanks to Ms. Bonnie McClellan and her staff for keeping us all safe. The appearance of flexible furniture in all buildings is an exciting step toward dynamic learning. This change encourages movement and choice, fostering creativity and collaboration among students. This will give our students the advantage and mirror the modern workplace. We know that research indicates that learning is at its best when students feel comfortable and inspired. And I know on our Board of Education walkthrough, the high school and elementary classes are all increasing now, and that's part of our plan moving forward, that each year we'll be adding more and more flexible furniture. The bus stop arm safety program was new last year. With our partnership with the town of Hempstead, cameras have been installed on all 4 of our buses to ensure our students are safe when entering or exiting the bus. New elementary school programs and the implementation of air HVAC systems at the high school have transformed learning and in all our environments. All learning spaces, including the gym, cafeteria, have air conditioning. The elementary schools are almost there and not far behind. We believe that comfortable space and learning spaces are crucial for effective learning. Thank you to Ms. Scrio, Jim Daly, and the facilities team for making this happen. And last in the area of innovation, our commitment to enhancing our buildings and grounds reflects our pride in educational institutions. These changes not only improve aesthetics, but also create an environment that students and staff are proud to be a part of. So hats off to Yigel Edinger and his ground crew. And you notice, in particular at Center Avenue, there is actually a lawn there. And we have all new landscaping in the front. If you look at the front of the high school building or by the 67 wing on Ocean Avenue, you can see the beautification there. We have irrigation systems that were set up last year. So our grounds crew is doing a great job, and we thank them. For connection, our focus remains on bringing in talented individuals who align with our values and vision and enhancing our educational community. By carefully selecting new staff members, we aim to create a team that truly understands and contributes to our mission, kids first. Thank you to our central office team, building administrators, and all staff involved in the interviewing process. We're extremely proud and confident in our new hires and look forward to their growth and development. And as you heard tonight, we hired some great people, and we're really looking forward to them to contribute to our family here at East Rockaway. Creating a welcoming and inclusive environment was and is at the forefront of our efforts. We're dedicated to fostering space where respect, understanding, and teamwork thrive, ensuring that everyone feels valued and supported. We want our students and staff to enjoy coming to school, work, where they are supported yet challenged to be the best that they can be at all times. This keeps commitment to continuous learning, a solution-oriented mindset, willingness to accept feedback, and a willingness to adapt to 21st, or as Mr. Krause reminds me, 22nd century learning. These are the values and priorities we have emphasized with the staff, of course, keeping kids first at the center of everything that we do. We're committed to making our classrooms more innovative and supportive. Through the dedication of Dr. Nancy Kaplan and Lamar Lee, we're instilling a sense of belonging in our students. That means every student, regardless of their background, can feel like an important part of our educational journey and our school community. In addition to Dr. Kaplan's work, our Building Bridges Committee was a tremendous success. And I have to thank Lisa Ruiz before she left for getting that off the ground and putting us in the right direction. We had three major and visible outcomes from our Building Bridges Committee. First, a community quilt was created where residents and students can use words, symbols that represent their culture and what they love about East Rockaway. Banners from all of our clubs will be part of our homecoming parade, where all are encouraged to participate. And lastly, a survey will be given to our students to gauge and collect data to evaluate our school's environment and culture. Having mentioned that, the high school Rocks Bucks program initiative effectively acknowledged favorable conduct among our students. And furthermore, our Rock Hard initiative, where administrators commend both instructional and non-instructional staff for its outstanding dedication and effort, proved highly effective in inspiring the staff. The purpose of these programs and initiatives is to foster connections that enhance an overall school environment for both students and staff. Creating an emotionally supportive environment is essential to success. Thanks to the care from our sports staff and counselors, we have navigated through tough times and helped students and their families get through them. We are proud of our sources of strength and ruler programs, which were introduced last year and ready to grow this year. Part of our mission, as you know, is not only to prepare students for the global market, but to help them develop into good citizens. This past year, we had 15 students, thanks to Ms. Bloomfield's effort, earn the New York State Seal of Civic Readiness, and this is only the start. In addition to fostering a favorable work environment for students and staff, our aim was to extend our outreach to our community. We've recognized local hometown heroes based on community votes and collaborated with our historical society. Thanks to Mr. Healy and Mr. Kennedy, we initiated E&L nights where parents, students, and community members came together to not only share a meal, but to offer valuable insights into the support and success of all students. Furthermore, our in-house Cafe 217, managed by our life skills students and teachers, provided beverages and refreshments to all staff, promoting skill development and instilling a culture of inclusivity and appreciation. Finally, we've implemented feedback surveys to engage in self-reflection and gather data to enhance our teamwork. This process is an integral part to building and strengthening connections with our students, staff, and the community. And later on in the presentation, I will be demonstrating that. And last but not least, opportunity. Our commitment to professional development has been steadfast and fostered by Mr. Murray. This led us to a myriad of workshops conducted by our very own teacher and administrative experts. These workshops not only promote growth and leadership, but also highlight the expertise that we have in our own school community. This sharing of knowledge strengthened us as a whole. We're expanding extracurricular activities, assemblies, and field trips to provide a well-rounded education for our learners. New to this is our flag football team that made the Nassau County semifinals, the return of class trips, including the 6th grade overnight trip to Ashokan. By offering diverse experiences outside the classroom, we're enhancing students' overall journey. We also had our first Future Fair and Career Day that gave our students opportunity to meet professionals in a myriad of fields and trades. These unique experiences enabled our students to get hands-on work with professionals and will most definitely have an impact on their future. Our extended school year service, which began in July and ended August 15th. The program provided education, speech, language, occupational therapy, physical therapy, behavior intervention, and additional services to students with disabilities who demonstrated a significant academic regression during the school year. The program provided to our students beginning in kindergarten through age 21. Recognizing that our students have academic needs, but also wanted to enjoy the summer, our staff worked hard to find the right balance. And as some of you saw, we had bubble fights outside the front of the school and a number of different activities that the teachers really made it fun. So I'd like a special thank you again to Mr. Healy, Mr. Kennedy, Ms. Crowley, Ms. Iannico, Ms. Donovan, Ms. Lugo, Mr. Moore, Ms. Kincaid, Ms. Freudenberg, Ms. Maller, and Ms. Gerbert, and those are the staff involved in our summer program, so I'm very proud of that. We were able to also extend our summer climb program this summer once again and expand it. In our summer climb program, we provided educational experiences in literacy, STEM, art, math, support through the use of iReady and fitness. Each of these programs sparked great interest in our community, with attendance regularly averaging double digits across all programs. Our fitness program in particular was popular, with over 30 students showing up to participate on some days. We are proud of the opportunities we can provide our students through the summer and the quality of experience that our summer staff provides. So, take a deep breath. That's just some of the highlights of the 576 accomplishments of the school year. I am so proud of our students, parents, and our staff for making it such a great year. And now what I'd like to do is take you on a quick journey to see what the road ahead looks like. Okay, so this is part of my presentation that I spoke about on August 31st at Superintendent's Conference Day. Can you hear me? Or it's not loud? Oh, you like the motorcycle? So where are we going? Where are we headed? We talked about flexible seating, the importance of that, making our learners comfortable. Project-based learning, I've literally been talking about for 3 years, and I'm so excited that the administrative team was trained this summer. On November 7th, 36 of our teachers will start the training, and that's a 3-year process in which every single teacher in the district will be trained. And at that point, our expectation is that they use one assessment, a project-based learning assignment unit, which fosters all the essential skills we want our kids to have, which I'll say over and over again: critical thinking, collaboration, problem solving, and give them real world and problems to solve, which to me will give our kids a great advantage. iReady, particularly excited about. We ran it as a pilot program for Tier 2 support last year. This year, we're embracing it with all our elementary school teachers. We just recently had our training. We have 2 more trainings to go. iReady is replacing our NWEA program. So the difference is that NWEA provides data, but no resources, and it's not very prescriptive. iReady is like an individual differentiated instruction program where it evaluates where each student is, gives the teacher immediate resources to support where they need to be, and the kids really enjoy it. Now, as we get further and further into this, there's a toolkit involved in that, which I know over the summer the kids really enjoyed playing games and learning at the same time. And this is a K through 8 program that I'm hoping we're going to see improved results in our reading and literacy scores. I am going to spend a little bit of time talking about solution-oriented teamwork and operational design goals. Those are two of the things, and actually applying for the assistant superintendent job, I said I would try to bring to the district. So let me start with teamwork. So in collaborating with one of our teachers, actually it was Mr. Vito, who shared a book with me called The Hard Hat. And the thesis of that book was based on a lacrosse player at Cornell who unfortunately in his senior year was hit in the chest with a shot and passed away. Now, this young man had such an impact on that program. Not only did it drive him to the NCAA finals that year, but the team now, even philosophically, is built on his principles. So with that being said, the book was written by a teacher, and the teacher listed in the back of the book 21 ways to be a great teammate. So what I decided to do on Superintendent's Conference Day is poll the entire staff and figure out what would be 2 or 3 of the qualities or traits that make a good teammate. So what I'd like to do is everybody here, I'd like to do it. I know it's probably a third time for the administrative team. We did it at our retreat, and then we did it at the Superintendent's Conference Day. But I'd like you to take out your phones. I'd like you to point to the QR code and pick one word, only one word. And I could give you a few examples like commitment, loyalty, one word that you think makes a great teammate. So what you're viewing is what's called a Mentimeter. And the larger the word gets, the more hits it received from you. So this is live information coming in right now. Excellent. Excellent. So just polling the people here, okay? Polling the people here, trust seems to be one of the major traits that we need to be an effective teammate. Communication. Communication's getting bigger. People are still applying. Okay, so interestingly enough, I'd like to show you what our 173 staff members on Superintendent's Conference Day thought made a great teammate. So some things are very similar. You see communication, collaboration, cooperation, trust. We picked the 3 C's because a lot of the smaller words are kind of relative to, cooperation and collaboration. So these are the things we're going to work on this year to be great teammates to each other, to provide a great education for your children or for the children in our district. So with that being said, goal setting is also an important factor for any teacher. So an interesting story, my son came home from the Air Force Academy struggling in school and was having difficulty. And he took a leadership class. And when he came home from he had a few days off for the Christmas holiday, he came home and he taught me a format called operational design. And operational design is a goal setting that the United States military uses to solve problems. So quickly, to give you the 2-second version of it, the rectangle on the left is your current state. The rectangle on the right is where you want to get. Those arrows in the middle are called lines of efficiency. Those are the big, broad ways of how you're going to do it. And then the circles there are the objectives. So this is a visual approach to problem solving. Now, when I spoke to the administrators at our retreat, we had to figure out a plan on how to roll this out to the staff. In my previous district, we rolled this out to the staff, and I knew it was successful because not only were the teachers using it, they asked if the kids could use it too. So these were high school kids. So they were all using and working with operational design. So I rolled it out to the staff and I gave them a practical example of how I used operational design. And one of them was, hey, my cabinet meetings are way too long. I sat in those cabinet meetings for a long time, and then I said to myself, when I become the superintendent, I'm going to make them shorter. What did I do? They probably became longer. So I knew I had to make more productive use of our time. So how was I going to do that? With a structure change, more collaboration, more communication. So what did we do? We added new components to our agenda. We evaluated the meetings and took careful track of, the length and time of the meetings and also the topics. How did we collaborate? We didn't wait till Monday to put it on the cabinet agenda, which made the list huge. If there was something quick we could solve, we solved it with an email. We also had short topical meetings, because at those meetings, if there's one topic that needs a lot of attention, can't really give it too much attention because there's so many things on the list. And then our philosophy is, one of our philosophical approaches to this was to over-communicate. So that's just an example of how we use operational design. Now, I want to talk a little bit about feedback. So we introduced this to the staff on August 31st. I sent the superintendent's survey on if they thought they were going to be able to utilize operational design. So just to share with you an example from the survey, this is what we got. So in just recommending it, over half of the teachers, with really only a 10 to 15 minute training session by me, a recap by our building principals, half the staff decided that they were going to try to use this for their goals for the year, which I thought is a great use of feedback and also a great use of using feedback to create change. So I'm very excited about that. I wasn't sure how many people were going to take a risk and do it. Many people were rooted with SMART goals. To me, those are a little bit wordy. I think the operational design here is more visual and works better for me. Some teachers felt that way, but we didn't, we wanted to make sure that teachers had a choice in doing that. So all the things I just spoke about tie into our values and priorities. Okay, 21st century learning. We're moving to project-based learning, right? Commitment to continuous learning. The teachers adapted the iReady approach, got rid of NWEA. We're ready to roll and be trained with new approaches. The power of feedback, I just wanted to share a practical example of how I use feedback to get better, how I use feedback to evaluate where we are. And then the results will follow. I can assure you that. Now, the results are not that I'm sending or getting everybody prepared for Harvard and the Ivy League. The results are we're meeting the kids where they are and getting the most out of them. And of course, at the center of all that, of all our decisions, everything that I just reviewed, that kids first, that's the basis of all our decisions that we make. So with that being said, K through 12 is a journey. We're trying to weave the instruction, weave the SEL, weave everything into where not only are students reaching our potential, but I feel obligated to give our teachers the most updated pedagogical resources and instructional programs to help them be better teachers. So we're on a journey for this. And the journey, here's the destination or the end of the journey. The journey is here, and I call it the doorknob theory. When our kids turn the door and walk out of our halls, what do we want them to have? What do we want them to look like? We want them to be prepared. We want them to have the essential skills. We want them to have the content skills. We want them to be leaders. We want them to be able to collaborate, problem solve, do all the things that the world is demanding of them. So that's our destination. And the things that, I reviewed today about our accomplishments last year and where we're going this year all tie together to this moment here, to this moment in time. So, interestingly enough, I picked this picture to share. This is a picture of the F-35. This is the plane actually my son will be flying. And he said to me, Dad, these are the most complex planes and machines in the world. He said, but there's one thing that you got to know about it. I said, what? I said, you flying solo there. Those machines are awesome. They're great. He said, there's always a wingman, always in every mission. And that's why we never lose. So I wanted to bring to staff the theory of that individually that plane could be great, but together we could be unstoppable. And if we work together as a staff and we're preparing our staff with the most updated resources and we're challenging our kids to be the best they can be, whatever that may look like, we'll be better off and we will succeed. So working together as a team is one of my missions, to try to really work with the staff and our students this year. So that's where it's a little bit about our past, where we're going. I know it's a little bit longer than my usual 15 minutes, but I wanted to thank the Board of Education for supporting all those programs. I wanted to thank the board for being a part of that. And, I thank numerous staff members who made it a great year last year, but I promise you I'm going to work as hard, if not harder, to make it a better year this year. So thank you very much. Yes.
50% of the staff that said that they were
Yes.
Is there any follow-up with that? Is there maybe a program with them to bring them
Yeah, the theory was that we didn't want to force it on anybody. I felt like if we forced it, it might be a little resistant. Some teachers are more comfortable with language and SMART goals. That's okay. But the principals meet with their staff and they share their goals with them. So it'd be interesting to see how many, eventually turn over to operational design, So yeah, so it'll be evaluated to see who's doing what, and the building administrators will be seeing the goals that the teachers set. They had enough, and they know if they need more. I shared information with the principals as well. If the principals need information from me, I'd be glad to, go back to a faculty meeting or meet with individuals to try and make sure that they have a thorough understanding of this. I think it was, I think most of them got it. In my written responses to the survey, some said, I'd like to talk about it more. I'm not sure because, I think I need more training on it or more information. So yeah, I would be glad to. I'd be glad to make that number 75 and eventually 100 by doing that.
Yeah, I thought the rest of that, because like everything, I will know that nobody wants anything to end that. Everybody likes to see something and say, wow, maybe I can do something with this. Yeah, 50% of staff says, maybe I can do something with this. To me, that's like a great indicator for the future. If this pulls off, more and more people might have to take chances, as you say, it's about how can I take a chance with this, and is it for me or not? So
Right.
I applaud your efforts with that. I'd love to hear that follow-up at the end of the year.
Great.
In the end of your report that, where did this go? How effective was it? The principals feeding into that report.
Yep. That'd be awesome. Any other questions from the board? We good? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Gonna close that. I think we're good.
Thank you. Okay, picking up our agenda this evening, we're up to agenda item number D, new business. Is there any new business the board would like to discuss? Good. Okay, no new business. Old business, or any old business the board would like to discuss? Yep, Mr. Tomaso?
We have two of our. Is this on? Okay, test 1, 2. Test 1, 2, okay. We had two of our staff members move on from the East Rockaway High School. I'd like to officially thank them, Ms. Janet Bonacorsi and Mr. Joe Politi, for their dedication to the students and the things they accomplished here. So I just want to wish them well in their future.
Thank you. Okay, agenda item number F, public comments on agenda items. Just so everybody's familiar with the procedure, If you are viewing the live stream for tonight's meeting and you have questions regarding items on the agenda or other school-related items, you can email them to boardoфeducation@ersd.org. This email will be monitored throughout the evening. Please be sure to include your full name and address. I also want to remind you that most concerns are appropriately addressed with the superintendent. Matters involving curriculum and instruction should be addressed to Mr. Murray, and matters involving budget and facilities should be directed to Mrs. Frio. If you need technological assistance or have issues with the device, please reach out to Ms. Bonnie McClellan. Anyone who is attending in person, you would like to make any comments, please complete a comment card. And I believe, where are the comment cards? You have them over there?
We do.
Comment cards are over here if anybody would like to make a comment this evening here. To allow for public participation, a period not to exceed 30 minutes shall be set aside for this portion of the agenda, and each individual is entitled to 3 minutes, this time limit. Agenda item number G. This is an action item, and the action item is to approve the meeting minutes of 8/30/23. Can I have a motion? Motion by Ms. McNulty. Oh, I'm sorry, one second. Ozzy? Okay. Mr. Lufo, second? I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Yeah, okay. Mhm.
It's not.
Because that's later on. That's
Public
right.
comment
Yeah,
at the end.
that's not now. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Lufo, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All agreed. Okay. Acknowledgement of monthly reports and correspondence. We have 2 areas. A, receipt of monthly financial reports, and B, correspondence. Board members, anything you'd like to discuss from that? We're all okay? Thank you very much. Our next area is our consent agenda. Just so everybody's familiar, we have a consent agenda so that all of the items that are on the agenda can be viewed by the public, and the Board of Education has already reviewed all those items, and we try to streamline the meeting a little better. So that's why we have a consent agenda. All right, so we'd like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda on recommendation of superintendent's personnel schedules, items 4A through G, other items 5A through F, approval of CSE and CPSE recommendations 6A, and budget transfers 7A. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Motherway, second by Ms. Lonigan. All in favor? Aye. Okay. I just did that. We just did this here. We had no motion. Yeah. Okay, just for clarification out there, we just created the consent agenda. Now we're going to have a motion to approve the consent agenda. Okay? So we have a motion to approve the consent agenda. Motion by Mr. McNally. Second by Mr. Lufo. All in favor? Aye. Okay. We're going to go along. Page 10. Yep. Here. Okay, our policy committee, agenda item number 8 is we're up to now. And, you know, to start up the school, we're trying to get that meeting established. We do have one scheduled for this month coming up, and you will see a ton of agenda items on policies, that's for sure. Okay, and our review of the policies, that takes place by our committee members, which is agenda item 8B. All righty. Next one is reports. We have now agenda item number 9, Superintendent DiTomaso.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I hope you could bear with me. Now I'll be reviewing our start of school and what's been happening the first few weeks, again, in line with our strategic plan. So Center Avenue and Rame Avenue schools had an incredible first and second week of school. Teachers engaged with students on building routines and sharing expectations for the school year. Also, teachers in both schools built their classroom charters that shared how they want to feel in their classrooms and what their feelings look like. Students committed to supporting each other and their school. Students in Ms. Ishik's AP seminar class and Ms. Bloomfield's AP research class have begun their quest and interest inventories that will lead them to rigorous research projects over the course of the year. AP Research is a new offering this year that students can take part in as a two-year track towards earning an AP capstone diploma based on demonstrating success in both classes, and I believe they need to score 3 or higher on five AP exams, and then they can earn that distinction of having an AP capstone diploma. This is very exciting. Senior Elizabeth Ruggiero received a perfect score on May's AP drawing exam. Elizabeth not only received a top score of 5, but was also one of only 308 students in the world to earn every point possible on the AP exam, receiving the maximum score on each portion of the test. There were over 22,000 students worldwide to take this exam. So I'd like to publicly congratulate Elizabeth and the art department and the high school on this amazing accomplishment, and there will surely be a story on this in the future. For opportunity, Center and Rame Avenue teachers have designed their classrooms with variable, flexible furniture. Teachers in both schools have provided nooks in their classrooms for reading and collaborative learning with their peers. Some pieces of furniture include standing desks, wobble seats, which I can tell you are very difficult to sit in. I try, but I'm not very successful. And ride-on tables. So students love working in these classroom settings to engage with their peers. And I can tell you, if it's so exciting to walk in that classroom and see how engaged the students are with flexible seating. It's unbelievable. Rame Avenue PTA has partnered with the Harlem Wizards for the Wiz Fit Challenge, where students will exercise, learn basketball skills, and fundraise. The Wizards stopped by Rame Avenue, I believe today, to promote the event and showcase their basketball skills. Students in science research will be taking part of the NASA-sponsored program called Growth Beyond Earth. Through this program, students will work with a grow chamber to collect data on various plant species to determine if it is feasible to supplement astronauts' diets with fresh foods and what plant species could be grown to promote independence. The World Language Department has introduced its first Spanish class for heritage speakers. Our innovative language class is specifically designed to help these students transition into academic and professional settings where Spanish is commonly spoken. This program is tailored for students whose first language is Spanish. Students in Mr. Crowley's marine biology class have had the opportunity to adopt a shark through Oceanic, which is a nonprofit organization which conducts scientific research on sharks and previously unattainable data from the ocean. One of their endeavors is to track systems for sharks, where students can adopt a shark and track its movement around the ocean for free. Students adopt sharks and research that particular species in order to become conservators of the ocean and its habitat. Connection. Center and Rame Avenue schools held their back-to-school nights welcoming families this week. Parents visited their children's classrooms to hear about the rigorous curriculums, as well as teachers shared classroom routines and procedures to support our students. In both schools, families met with Mr. Bixhorn and Ms. Kelly to hear about their instructional path for the year and how the schools will support the instructional core beliefs of the district. Rame PTA hosted a back-to-school picnic where students, families, and staff spent time together and got to celebrate Mr. Bixhorn getting soaked in the duck tank. How did that work out, Mr. Bixhorn? Incoming 7th grade orientation occurred on August 30th. Students met members of the instructional, administrative, and support team, enjoyed pizza, and which was provided by our amazing high school PTA, participated in a scavenger hunt throughout the building, and enjoyed a rousing team game of rock, paper, scissors. So thank you. I know Ms. Taranova and Mr. Schaefer took the lead on that. Select Senior high chorus members, under the direction of Miss Silva, performed a beautiful rendition of the national anthem at this year's back-to-school night. Families then followed their children's schedule for the day in order to meet our teaching staff and learn about course expectations. And I was there, and it was fun to see the parents ask me, where the classrooms are and where they have to go. So they were back to school and in full swing. On September 11th, social studies teachers explored how our nation and community were impacted by the events of September 11th, 2001. Students were immersed in video footage of the day, watched hero stories such as the man in the red bandana, and used discussion protocols to analyze photographs. And last but not least, in the area of innovation, Center and RAIM third graders received their one-to-one devices and were guided on how to utilize these devices to enhance instruction. Mrs. Petroscione reviewed the ins and outs of how to utilize the device, and with the assistance of Ms. Maney, will continue supporting the students with their use of devices throughout the year. The math department's new course, Financial Algebra, will give students the opportunity to earn additional math credits as well as enrich their knowledge of mathematical applications outside of the classroom, including business statistics, investing, budgeting, etc. Mr. Altamore's classes hit the ground running by introducing frequency tables. Students utilize this concept to make real-life decisions regarding airfare and travel plans. Students in Mrs. Meyer's Technology 7 enrichment class are learning about circuits through the creation of greeting cards that have interactive lighting. And in Mr. Howard's class in production systems, began their designs for garden sheds and specifics of wall constructions. The World Language Department has adopted a SOMOS curriculum for Spanish 1A and 1B. This is a proficiency-oriented curriculum. Throughout each unit, students use all 4 communicative skills, which are reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Its student-centered lessons combine language and culture in each lesson sequence, preparing students for the real world. And last but not least, our technology program has been fortunate to obtain a new state-of-the-art laser engraver and additional new 3D printers. We are excited to see the projects students produce with these new resources over the school year. And that's it for my report.
Thank you, Mr. DiTomaso. Before moving forward, I do want to go back under our agenda tonight, and that was agenda item number 3B, correspondence. I did leave out, we did have a correspondence sent to the Board of Education email account. And unfortunately, when we received a letter from a community member and asking us to read it at tonight's meeting, we're unable to do that only because it pertained to a personnel matter. So I did want to get that through there. That's my omission in the beginning. I wanted to make sure we got that into the agenda tonight. Thank you for that. Now we move on to anybody present that would like to say something to the board. And I have one from Kathy Matthews. Kathy, you want to come up?
Hi, how are you? I don't actually, I just have a question.
Sure.
Simple yes or no, little price, if the answer is no. I like to keep you guys on your toes, I'm sorry. Governor Bushel has offered free COVID testing and free N95 dance to any school that wants them. I just want to know if East Shockley School District does press with them or is it nothing? Thank you. I appreciate your answer.
You're welcome. Could always ask the board a question.
Oh, no, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Mhm. Okay, we're moving on now to the board member comments, and I think you wanted to say it on the board member comments?
Yes. For the good and welfare, I'd like to thank Mr. Jimmy Laures in the back there for donating, I believe it was 25 backpacks, and 26? Okay, 26 backpacks, school supplies, and a whole host of resources for our students most in need. So Jimmy Laures, as I referred to as Santa Claus, has come through again, and I appreciate him doing that. So thank you, Jimmy.
Any other board members?
Jimmy, thank you. Is that one on?
That doesn't matter.
Thanks, Jimmy. I just want to welcome everyone back for the new school year. Welcome new staff members. You guys are going to be great. And I hope everyone has a great year. That's it.
Just want to say thank you to Jimmy. As always, Jimmy, you always do as much as you possibly can. We all appreciate it. Thank you. Congratulations to Elizabeth in the Arts Department. I also want to say what a beautiful job the grounds at all three schools are looking phenomenal. Also want to say how wonderful the buildings all look. Very impressed. They look amazing. Congratulations to Dr. Kazina. Thank you for everything that you do for our students. Thank you to Rory for helping us with the pledge. That was fantastic. And welcome to everybody, all the new staff. Welcome to the family.
I just want to say welcome to all of our new rocks. Our kids are lucky to have such dedicated people behind them. Raymond Avenue PTA is moving and shaking. I love to see what they're doing. They're really getting out there. An amazing job by our art students. And speaking of communication, they're always here for everybody.
Thank you. I'd like to say a few things here. You okay? Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. You good? Okay, just a few things here. One, I attended a meeting for the 100th anniversary committee for Center Avenue, and that's this year. It'll be May 18th. Just to get a quick announcement out there to everybody. Keep that date on your calendar. Please put it on if you don't have it there. Ms. Kelly, you did a great job at our first meeting of the committee. I thank you for that. And looking forward to additional meetings to really put this together, have a real blast for 100 years. Be great stuff there. Thank you for that. Our new staff tonight, I thank you. Not often you sit through a board meeting. Thank goodness it's not part of your contract. You don't have to sit through these. But the nice part is that, you elected to stay here and you had the time to spend with us. The members of the board do put in lots of hours, and they really are pro-kid. Don't ever be afraid to come to the board for anything, any of your wishes, working up the ladder, as you know, through your administration first. Okay, so thank you again for coming out tonight. And our last one, Mr. DiTomaso, I just want to thank you for the report tonight. Last year being your first full year as superintendent, and we had our chance at the end of the year evaluation to look over things that you are starting, instituting in the district and carrying them through with your fellow administrators. And tonight showed just how thorough you are getting things accomplished and moving things forward for the good and welfare of kids first. Every project that you mentioned tonight, was really kid-based. Everything goes back to what can we do better for our kids? And when they leave here for that graduation picture that you saw at the end, how well are they going to be equipped for our communities when they move forward into the real world? And that's the objective. That's the educational objective that we have in East Rockaway here, and to make sure no matter what kind of learner you are, you could be the top of the class or you could be the one who struggles the most. You're well accepted here at East Rockaway Schools, and we thank you for heading our staff with that. Thank you. So we now have Mike, did you think of anything else? Okay, I just want to cut you out. It's now 8:33. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Ms. McNally, Mrs. Lonigan, meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.